Let's get this rolling in 3, 2, 1. Buenos nachos, amigos, and welcome to Through the Tomes, a show where I, an amateur DM, trying to find my phone because I heard it play a notification. It might be somebody trying to get back to me. Guide a group of friends through an adventure of D&D, using adventure modules and pre-written work and things like that, and all the tools that are at our disposal, that are at my disposal and possibly your disposal, just to show how easy it is. I'm Peter Rave, the dungeon master for this little adventure. Here with me are my players, my team, my squad. We've got playing Wind and Summer, Daisy.
Hello.
We've got playing Toby Underborough, Brett.
Hi.
Yes. Oh, we've got Lucius Zalero, being played by Matt.
Howdy.
And presumably he'll join us once he gets home. Once he gets in front of a computer. Eventually playing Solero Italian, Drew. He'll be here
Playing the role of Drew tonight is Harold Reed of the Statler Brothers.
Yes. Shout out to that man right there. I'm still not convinced that isn't Drew, like, in it like he's immortal and he has to live different lives. Like, this is like, it's like one of those shows. It's like, one time he was he played in this band and had success. Then he has to die, and then even though I think Harold Reed is still alive though.
the white suit on white curtain with a white hat kind of makes that white hat look like the pinball crown that Elton John was wearing in Tommy.
And it has a scarf around it that's hanging off his. It's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
audio listeners need to at least take a peek at the just look at the back cover of check out the back cover of the Best of the Statler Brothers album. It's the one with them and their wives. The cover is their wives, and the back cover is them and their wives. It was a hell of a Goodwill find. Which I love Goodwill finds. Speaking of Goodwill finds, another Goodwill that connects it to the other Goodwill find of friggin' Dale McBride. Seen that cover.
Let's be lonely together, man.
Yeah, let's be lonely together. That just sounds like an invitation to mutual jerking. But
I mean, you're not wrong.
Harold Reed passed away in April, by the way.
Oh no.
Oh, that's a
April 24th at the age of 80.
It's a good
well,
man.
that towel that he has around his neck, that scarf thing.
Salute to
and
him.
That mustache.
Speaking of
and his gradient brown sunglasses.
Speaking of saluting, I thought I'd shout out the beer I'm drinking tonight, as I'm kind of wanting to make it a tradition. I might have some repeats, but where I won't dwell on them. But I'm drinking from Winwood Brewing. I don't know if I've done this one before, but I'm doing it today. It's La Rubia, which stands for the blonde, and it is a blonde ale. Fittingly enough, it's pretty fantastic. It's light. It has flavor, but it's drinkable, and it's like a good classic. I imagine the blonde ale is a nice beer for breweries and brew places to not be gatekeepers. And if somebody comes in wanting something light, they be like, "Hey, this is something light and it has flavor."
I, on the other hand, am drinking a Hop and Sting Brewery Frigid Underworld from my, it's a stout. It's an espresso stout. And I'm drinking it from my nice A&W mug.
Yeah.
Which I keep in the freezer.
I like good stout. I like good.
Daisy and I are both, we went to every joint in town looking for Panama Red. But all we got was this hydro
homies.
Yeah.
Well,
unite.
Wide mouth meat full
On
of water.
our while we're visiting every joint in town searching for Panama Red, we can pick up a beer, and so we can have 20 beers in 20 different places.
I mean, there's
Oh.
19 other places. We're hitting all the country music
Yes.
hits.
You know what? And then at the end of the day, we'll say I was drunk the day my mom got out of prison. And
I have to say I was not expecting this D&D session to be
Okay.
so country music heavy.
Yeah.
I mean-
yeah, it's I think it's just that I blame it on the new writers. So check it. Keep an eye out on a future episode that pops out of Record Breakers. I think it's next week that it's going to be coming out. But yeah, we're all countryed out.
I'm just getting started, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of invited my own wrath on that one. But yeah, as we left, so last we left off, we were in Palma Flora. A storm raged on, in Palma Flora. Coincidentally, a band of orcish pirates. Kind of like a fledgling band of orcish pirates decided to raid the town amidst the storm. You're known as Griffjaw. Our adventurers kind of took to the task of simply helping with getting people to safety, helping protect one of the main shelter places in town, the Merchant's Respite. And ultimately kind of getting in there to make sure people were okay there, knowing that going after all the tens of orcs raiding the town with certain death, and knowing that people were being protected by guards in the residential areas, and they could kind of like take respite. They were able to defeat quite a few orcs. With the help of the Marquis of Palma Flora, Darren O'Malik. He kind of got his own big moment kills. Our NPC stole some kills. Cause I didn't realize that the veteran NPC was so hardcore OP. But it helped. It worked out. Only one character momentarily went unconscious, but luckily nobody died. As far presumably. Yeah, but
Excuse me.
I'm secretly dead.
Yes. And then they were able to dispatch with a few of the last orcs, including one of the kind of like the I guess what one would loosely call maybe a general, or somebody that seemed to have people under his watch within the gang attacking the Merchant's Respite, and was able to go into the Merchant's Respite. Put on some ambient sound. In the Merchant's Respite, they had some kind of time to rest for a moment, only a couple minutes. Have a couple, quick talks. We were able to get a little bit of more information, and Lucius, while talking with Darren O'Malik, co-observed that Mega the Brash was making a beeline down in the direction seemingly south of town, to what one could only assume maybe, though you don't know why, and you don't know why he would go there, to the decommissioned lighthouse, the Sparkling Lookout, that was being used as a kind of like a learning center, or learning spot, or studying hall, studying guild hall, for some wizards, a few of like the human wizards. We don't know much about what's going on over there, but that there was like some people doing magic and studying, kind of like mostly just uh, uh, research and things. It's like a research center, like arcane research center. Uh, just kind of mundane stuff. And Malik asked of you guys to investigate, and you guys agreed. So, is there anybody you wanted to consult really quickly before you decide how your plan of approach? Because obviously he's making a beeline, so there's some urgency to head out and see what's going on. But anybody you needed to ask questions of really quickly before you decide on your approach? As Malik is there, Haral, the barmaid, the guards, or are we just ready to kind of just make action?
I don't know how exactly to ask this, but do I know anybody who would be more likely to know some shortcuts? Like, it seems like Darano might, he probably only takes the nice streets.
Yeah.
But is there somebody who's like, oh yeah, take a back alley here and then cut right there and then you'll get there in like, half the
Alright.
time or whatever?
So, I will say.
Does anybody in our party know how to track something?
So there's that opportunity. I would say, obviously, you know that Wind is someone can like track people on the fly, or she's pretty good at tracking people for the most part. Just in general.
What about the guy who lives in the woods and
Yeah,
is,
and that guy as well. He's got he can do that once you're out there. If you want to talk to somebody here, your contact, your feature, is Graki, a female half orc, who's your kind of like the person that your feature would get you in touch with, and similar. And then for those reasons, that she would know some things. So, and she's here kind of like doing a little bit of gambling. She's a very like tall, even among the orcs, the half orcs you've seen, tall, muscular, little hardened face, but with kind of like black hair and kind of like in a couple of like tight braids. Just not too huge tusks, but they're there. You see the tusks and see, I would say dark brown eyes. Kind of like just there gambling, just drinking, hanging out. Do you just approach real quick?
Yeah, I'll go up and kind of just stand beside her and say,
you kind of like exchange glances as like, I think you, okay, and then like kind of have a quick understanding of like her role with you and your role with her. Yeah, that she knows that she knows. Real quick, I would say you have a quick conversation that nobody needs to hear, that establishes that she's your contact.
Okay.
What can I help you out with?
I need to. Out of character. What's the name of that tower again?
Oh, a sparkling lookout.
Sparkling lookout. I tell her, hey, I need to get to a sparkling lookout in a hurry. It's the quickest way I could get there. You see, she's kind of drawing things in her mind. Like, oh yeah, I've had to get out there real quick. So you take, and she kind of like pulls out or on the table, kind of like you can see her do, just with her finger, vague drawings, but you kind of get it because the town is easy to like visualize. So, and she kind of like gives you a couple like shortcuts, or here you cut this way because this road kind of turns out this way, and if you cut this way, it turns that road that you go over to
angles the other way, and that cuts some real good time. But then you kind of like you're gonna want to get in between the buildings because at some point it's gonna angle where you start to lose time. But if you cut right here and work the alleyways, there's actually an alleyway in between the buildings, and then that gets you through real quick. My people can move things through there real quickly and can escape. It's been proven to just cut so much time, especially if you especially good if you need to cut time without having to lose your stealth thing, having to make anybody notice you, so you can move at a hidden pace, but still cut time and still save some
Awesome.
save some effort.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I look forward to working with you.
You too. And I'll go back to the group and say, hey, I can get us through town quickly.
Okay, and then Solera's like, all right. Okay, and then you relay that. It's like, okay, that's gonna help out, because we're gonna probably want to be. As Solero says, okay, we're probably gonna want to be stealthy about this, so we can approach without arousing mega suspicion, so we can at least observe and if we have to intervene, but not until we have to. I'm presuming for Solero's sake. So what do you guys want to do?
Has my fur had enough time to dry? I'm just curious.
It's dried up a little. I would say you're by the fire. I would say if that fire got you to post shower, post toweling off, but just as you toweled off, where you're not actually dry, but you're still a little damp, but you're dried off. You're not dripping.
Okay.
You were able to like shake it off and like maybe on your hand you're able to kind of at least like lick your hands a little bit dry, and like with a combination of things you were able to accomplish that. So that helped out.
That gives me a better idea of how long we've been there.
Yeah, I would say a few minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you're able to shaking it off with the heat, and then some like licking. You're able to like go stop dripping, basically. All right. Do you want to time to make haste or time to make movement?
I would imagine that we are in a bit of a.
Does everyone feel ready?
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
I don't have really any time to do any of the other things that I could do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same here.
Ain't no time for short rest because that's an hour.
Yeah.
You don't have an hour.
Yeah. Although we haven't been sitting here for an hour, have we?
No, we've
Since
a
we
few minutes.
walked inside.
Yeah, it's
since
been
we
a
walked
few
inside.
minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been a few minutes. Like I would say, you noticed it like 3 or 4 minutes into. It's been a couple minutes where you had that quick conversation. Let's just say it's been like at most 10 minutes, and you think you still have time to at least like see what's going on because there's based on how much time you cut. So let's see. So you guys head on out, walk out to the storm. Head on out into the stormy night, and head on
is it
down.
nighttime?
No, daytime. Sorry, it's into the stormy day. Yeah, it's been multiple hours.
Yeah.
The orcs have left town. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is you got an idea of where to go. You got that plan. And are you guys gonna make just be as fast as possible, or are you guys gonna utilize the shortcut? Well, I mean, you're utilizing the shortcuts, but you're gonna just take it as fast as possible, or are you gonna take advantage and use stealth?
It's a good question.
I mean, I guess the danger if we don't try to be sneaky is that like the orcs at Sparkling Lookout, I can't imagine them seeing us, so it's
It's more like if they
it,
see you on their way, like they're still like you're trying to cut them off as they head to Sparkling Lookout. So
oh, okay.
seeing if you can like cut them off or
Gotcha.
you see where you see what's happening.
What if I went ahead of the group, like as a scout, and then I could like
terrible idea.
make hand signals. Hey, it's safe. Come this way.
Uh,
I don't know. It's a thought, gang.
Yeah, we can. I would say
I
if
say
we're
that-
doing stealth, we're gonna. It'll be stealth for everyone. Stealth checks for everyone, regardless.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I guess we can try to be stealthy, and if we
Yeah.
blow our cover, then we just run full speed ahead.
Yeah.
That's the way it works for me.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. It's
We'll
gonna be
try.
it's gonna be a couple of checks and let's see what happens. So let's do. So you guys make your way. You kind of make a good haste. But try to be stealthy, very calm. Kind of hang. So you go into that. You're able to kind of like go into that that first shortcut. Were one of your first shortcuts. I only described a couple things, but she went a little bit more detailed about a couple of alleyways that you can hang in there. And there's a couple like I would say like two major shortcuts. And you go into your first major shortcut. You save a lot of distance, and then you start to actually see to where you're going into like one road, but you can see off in the other road. Within eyesight and within earshot, you can see Mega the Brash's group. You caught up. You're able to kind of catch up because they were making a beeline, but they're not running away from anybody. So you were able to catch up to them.
Gotcha.
So they weren't going super fast, but they're going at a good clip. So I would say now would be a good time for everyone to give me stealth checks.
Okay.
Okay.
That was almost a one. Oh god.
Oh, okay. I would say that beats it. Let me give.
How I'm looking in stealth
It
check.
should be in skills.
Did you find skills tab? Yeah.
I'm in the skills tab. I am clicking.
You might
Double-click
have
the
to
plus
scroll
sign.
down.
Down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Double click the.
The
Plus.
The
The
plus-
modifier.
Oh,
Yeah.
that.
Plus or minus
okay.
mod,
I
yeah.
was looking
Hopefully
at
the
Might be.
plus.
yeah.
And that one beat it. Okay,
Ooh.
so
Mm.
you both. So I'm gonna say, Summer was like you did kind of scout out ahead and were able to kind of like see, and so did Solero. You both kind of nailed it on the stealth checks, and you kind of like you weren't. Lucius and Toby did their best to be stealthy. And it worked out, luckily, because you guys rolled 11s, and that's exactly that's I'm gonna say that's exactly Mega's passive perception. So, so I'm gonna
That
say
seems
that's
reasonable.
That's well, it's in the stats, but luckily, so but it's luckily he's not super perceptive, like his passive perception at least. So
There's a
you
lot of
beat that.
rain. It's kind of dark.
Yeah.
The trees are, there's a lot going on.
But you did good enough. You did a good job. So you're able to kind of keep going, keep heading on. You were able to cut into those alleyways. You were able to go into that other road. And then you cut back into that alleyway before you let's say let me have Lucius, let me have a quick what was it? What would it be? Survival check.
Ooh.
Can anyone help me?
I would
Is it
say
possible to get help from
I would
the
say Summer
ranger?
is helping you with the scouting, so you can have
Okay,
advantage.
excellent.
And it's not a bad DC. So okay,
Oops.
good. You're good. You're good.
Oh God, no, I'm not. Uh, I rolled 2 instead of an advantage, so
Oh,
that's an
that's
8.
that's an 8.
Oh
All right.
God.
It's not too bad. You lose. You kind of. Oh crap! I was supposed to cut off a little bit back there, so you have to kind of like do it. You can kind of see where you have to do a little bit of extra work. Um, so, but you know that you lost a little bit of time. Uh,
Mm.
so you might have to. So you're gonna have to. Yeah, you're a little bit behind. Um, so you can keep going stealthily, but there might be a time where you have to like make a quick approach. Um,
Mm.
so, but were able to kind of refine that alley that you were supposed to cut into, um, and get in there, but it took you a little bit of time. Uh, and I would say, give me stealth checks again. Give me a second stealth check, everyone. Uh-huh.
Ooh.
Okay. And oof, 23.
Good roll,
for
Drew.
Summer.
Dang.
Nice.
Dang.
Oh, I like that you guys can see his rolls. That's nice. All right. That helps be stealthy. Um, I say such good rolls that you're able to kind of like do it and also be efficient. Um, and I would say since you guys were able to be stealthy and be efficient, you arrive. You kind of go out from this alleyway, turn an odd corner, and get onto the road. And you're able to arrive to the road that leads down to, and you can see it starts to become an open road. Uh, so it starts to become an open road, uh, and a gate, and like a small gate out to this like open area that leads to like this like land, almost like a little land outcrop out to the lighthouse. You see the sparkling lookout out there. You don't see. I would say you don't see Mega, but you can. Let me see. I'm gonna have. You don't see Mega, or the orcs or Cheeko, and you remember that Cheeko was flying along with them. Uh, I'm gonna have Drew do a perception check. And then okay, roll the 13. He doesn't quite tell where they might be, but he's able to see the you able to see and he says, "Okay, I can't quite tell where anybody's at, but I think they passed by here, and I think at least Mega and his team are inside. They made it inside." Um, and I'm gonna say, okay, let me see. I'm gonna say with that, you hear, let's see, do I see you yet? Do you guys try to head towards the lighthouse? Well,
So we are like
a little bit more out in the open. You're kind of like you're approaching the gate, and then there's a walkway, and you can kind of see up ahead the sparkling lookout. And according to Solero, from what he can tell, they made it inside, but just made it.
well, then we should probably boogie.
Uh,
because before they can have time to look behind them.
Yes. Do you want to? Let me see. Vulture. Okay. I'm putting something in the combat tracker. Let's. I'm gonna try to find. I wish I had a map that was like a. Okay. 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 I wish I had a map for this. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh. Okay. Outdoor. Okay. Okay.
Are you getting us some visuals?
I'm trying to get a visual in case I need it in a moment, just as a generic. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. All right. So I'm going to have everyone roll another stealth check if you're trying to approach quietly.
I'm good with trying to approach quietly.
Okay. I was gonna roll the. Oh.
Uh-oh.
So, kind of like as you approach the lighthouse, as you kind of approach this open area, you hear. And what you did notice, or Talera did notice, you start approaching the giant vulture known as Cheeko, coming down. And I like everyone to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Alrighty.
Oh, wait. Oh.
Oh my. 18.
No, 19.
I always panic a little bit when I roll high because I have to I can't just wait to get a read of things.
Yeah.
That's right.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's always holding your action. There's always that, but
That's true.
But yeah, it's like then you still you lose your movement and your bonus action when you do that. So it's like you can't
Yeah.
wait. All right. Okay. Okay.
Even the sturgeon and the ray, they roll initiative and start to play.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. So for now, it is just Cheeko the giant vulture. So I'm gonna say here. Oh, actually, I should actually share the sheet. Map courtesy of Smiteworks, because I didn't I didn't get around to thinking of getting a map for this.
My line of
section.
sight, I believe, is nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I should roll initiative for Solera. but it should have. So you can put your uh.
I'm waiting for it to load.
I
Okay.
just
Yeah.
assumed that I would just get a black screen.
Yeah, it's
I-
black
I
because
can-
your tokens are not on it. It has line of sight. So
So where
Okay.
where on this am I coming from?
I'll say. Let me see. I'm gonna put here. I'm gonna say.
Do you want to
you're,
just place us?
Yeah, I'm placing you guys. I'm gonna say this.
Because honesty is a fantastic policy. I don't want to
Okay.
defile the sanctity
Oh, there
of
it
D&D.
goes.
There's not much blocking your line of sight in this map, but I would say, oh crap! I love how.
Are
Good
those-
proof of concept.
Are those trees? What am I looking at?
Yeah, they're tree trunks. I think or trees.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We're in the outdoors, too.
What the hell did the?
Okay. Oh, no.
Yeah. I thought I applied the filters and everything. I guess.
Oh, no.
It's it's the other
oh.
filter. Um. I don't know.
Oh, hello.
One of these days, Alice. I will make through on my make true on my threat of domestic violence. What, I don't know. Also, boy, things in retrospect. All right, as I do the things, I rolled. Did I roll Solero's
Yes, he rolled a 20.
20?
So he goes before I do.
Uh huh. All right. Okay. What am I changing? Okay. I forgot what I was working on.
Oh, no.
I'm working on.
That's getting a Statler brother. You're doing the Lord's work.
Ah, damn it.
I'm so fascinated by this.
The fun. All right.
It's clobbering time.
As it stands.
Where you guys clobber and I have a good time.
As it stands, it is Solero's turn. He was, I would say, a bit ahead. So, but I kind of like, do this. He's going to, let me see, target this guy. Kind of see where he was at. He was over here. He's gonna take his chances for now. At least get one arrow shot out. Even if it is a bit, even if it is at disadvantage with range stuff. Mhm. Has the thunder rolls.
B.
Ooh. He rolled an 18 and an 8. He rolled two 18s.
Wow.
I don't like this.
Yeah. Well, Solero
Oh, wait,
did.
no.
Yeah. No,
Yes,
no, you
Solero,
do
I
like
like
this.
I like this a lot.
Yeah, he did a great job. Great job, Drew. Uh, 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 okay, he does a good amount. He does 7 points of damage. Does hurt Cheeko.
Nice.
A little bit. It does nice amount of like hurting on Cheeko. Who I just realized hadn't rolled his initiative. Oh, he rolled a 1 in his initiative.
Oh,
So he
excellent.
still goes last. Wild. He had
All
basically
right.
used his turn to go this way. And yeah, for now, the next one up is Toby.
Okay. So
You don't know what name
and-
is Toby.
So I have line of sight on this thing.
Let me see. Toby, you're like he's behind this tree. So if you can, I don't know if you can see the breakdancing giant vulture token.
I can. Oh, I can see the letter G doing its thing.
But I think there's that shadow. I think you can see. Well, yeah. If you can see it, it's because you can peek. You can see it around because it's big. So it's like this tree, but you see this giant vulture behind it. It's like so this, you know where it is and you can see it. I would say it's as far as being able to aim things, it would be half cover.
Okay. Is there an easy way for me to measure distance?
Target the creature. So if you target the creature and just hover over yourself, you can see distance to things.
I need to
And target by pressing Control click because
Yeah.
reasons.
Of course.
There you go.
Because it
You are
was written by a programmer.
65 feet.
Okay. Yes. I suppose I will put myself a little bit closer to the line of sight, and I will park my butt. Well, I'm not going to min max, but let's see. I had range. I'm going to viciously mock this bird.
Yes.
Please do.
Is
So it's
Cheeko
a
sitting there
wisdom-
or flying?
He's flying. I would say about 10 feet. Like he's kind of hovering. For now, about
Okay.
10 feet. And he got hurt, and he kind of like reacted, but it kind of just like. He's got big old wings, and he can handle all this like wind and stuff. He's a hardy.
Cool, but can you
vulture.
handle a DC of
I think it's 12.
like yeah,
Yeah. It was wisdom, right?
wisdom?
Wisdom.
But it says that my modifier is for spell attack is +4.
It does spell attack. So if you were
so
to like
that's
roll
not-
for
it's not
attack,
considered an-
so it would be
Yeah.
under your spells.
yeah,
It
if I'm
says
doing like
save
Melfafet
DC.
arrow or something.
If you
Yeah.
see spell
That makes
under
sense.
spells, it says save DC. That's your
Yeah.
when somebody has to save this, it's like it's to 12. So it's wisdom. This is a wise old wise kraken, wise vulture. He rolls a 19 plus 1,
Oh,
an unnatural 20. So unfortunately, he does save. He's
Shut.
unharmed. He's unaffected by your words.
Alrighty, that's all for me, folk. Have fun.
Yes. Lucius.
oh dear. God, at this point, I'm not sure there's really anything I can do. let's see. I'm just gonna hold my action to poison spray any non-ally who comes within 10 feet of me.
Okay. Okay, so you're holding your action.
Yes.
Summer,
Oh boy.
remembering that you have range attacks are a disadvantage.
Yeah. Want to do?
Have you thought of beating it up?
Well, yeah.
Giving it a little clobber right in the jaw.
So if I move there, I have line of sight. The shadows look different on my screen. It's weird.
Yeah. Because I'm selected, so I'm seeing the line of sight of whoever I select. So I can look at
Okay. Oh,
Lucius, I can
gotcha.
and then I see yours. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, you're right in the same clearing as Cheeko. You got
Okay.
about whatever you want to put that Pythagorean equation of 20 feet over and 10 feet up.
Oh no. So yeah, I was going to attempt to throw a dart.
What's the square root of 500?
Google it.
Hey Google, what's the square root of 500?
Square root of 500 is approximately 22.361.
Approximately 22.361. So about 22
I have
feet
my
of distance.
TI-83 right here, by the way.
Yeah, but
Oh
I can yell at Google to
TI-83
tell
plus,
me.
excuse me. That's true.
Oh,
Make sure to do it into the mic so everyone, can
So, wait a second. Am I looking at this wrong? Okay, yeah. So, like, if I throw a dart, it says the range is 20 feet / 60 feet. What's the difference there?
20 feet is your regular range. 60 feet is your long range. So in
Okay.
normal circumstances, you're within your regular range. You just make your regular attack, barring adding advantage or anything, barring getting advantage for some other reason. And then long range is at disadvantage. Right now, we're in a situation where your regular range is a disadvantage, and long range it just kind of like peters off, and it's impossible to do an attack.
Okay.
And I would say you're within your regular range. We can fudge it as far as like the exact distance, but you're in there. But you can attack with disadvantage.
Okay, cool. Okay, so to do disadvantage. What's the thing I'm using? Okay, got that and there we go. I haven't done that yet.
Oof. I think just hit because I think his AC is 10.
All right, we'll take it.
He's a big boy, but he doesn't wear a lot of armor, so that makes for a low DC. It's like
he's a big boy and he doesn't wear a lot of armor.
So it's like he's big target, but not protected. So it's like this combination of a big squishy target. It's like, you heard him real good. He's looking like harmed. Like he took that arrow, he took that dart. He's looking out, and he's like, that doesn't sound like a vulture. Whatever a vulture sounds like. So you kind of like. So, is there anything else you want to do on your turn? I don't know. I don't think you have bonus actions yet. So, That's your turn,
No, not
I
with,
believe.
yeah. I'm not
Uh,
close enough to be within
Yeah.
striking range.
Okay,
So
so
yeah.
Cheeko, reacting to all this, it's like he seemed eager to get into a fight, but he's getting hurt. It's like he looks down, he looks at you, and he makes a beeline, and he's so what was it? Let me see his speed. Flying 60 feet. Okay, so he's flying. So he's like he like re re reconsiders everything and just flies 60 feet off of this way. So where is he? 5, 10,
Yeah.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
Doing the old underburrow technique over here, I see.
So he's
There you go,
60
80.
feet off. Essentially he's like he's not here for a fight to the death. He's and you can tell that he's like, okay, let me get this. Let me get out of here. I don't care. I don't care this much.
Is he not loyal to his master?
He's loyal to himself.
Right. He's a deserter.
He's loyal to himself. He has a person that he is useful to him. He has an orc that is useful to him. It's like a big cat.
I was about to say.
No offense.
Don't take it.
So that being said, are you guys gonna try to? Because he's flying off. He's basically flying off to the shore, kind of like figuring you guys are not gonna. He's flying off into like out into the waters. He's basically at the like rocky shore of this area. Do you want to just are you guys gonna try to like figure out if you can take pot shots at him, or do you want to just like go to the
There are orcs around here somewhere, right?
yeah. So you want
Inside
to
the building.
let's figure out what's going on with these orcs, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's
Alright.
worth chasing him down. He looks to be faster
And
than
splitting
us.
the party seems like probably a bad
Yeah.
idea.
I already
small-
couldn't take
small
pot
person that
shots
could be
at
picked up.
65 feet.
We can always track him after we find Mega.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll have passed out from exhaustion.
I
and we
mean,
can put
he
him out as
might.
recruit.
You don't know. He'll he might be able to track him. He might be doubling back just to be ready to pick him up, or he might be off doing other things in town. You don't know for sure.
But I have a good idea. If we're gonna go inside, he's
Yes.
probably not gonna bother us.
Yeah. All right. So we can stop sharing the sheet. We don't need that map for now. I don't really have. So, let's go on ahead and into. We weren't able to cut him off, obviously, but as you approach, you get closer to the lighthouse. You approach. When you get to about 50 feet, you notice that the door to the old lighthouse is off its hinges. As you approach, you hear a small explosion. Let me see if I found an explosion. No, I don't have explosions.
It's finally that boulder that we were gonna set on fire. It came back.
You hear an explosion, and you hear like a few orcs scream bloody murder. You hear explosion. You hear the orcs screaming. Yeah, and you keep going forward. You walk in the door, I presume. And so as you enter, you enter into the entryway. The entryway is a large octagonal room, as you kind of imagine the shape of like a traditional lighthouse, like being like an octagon of walls. At least this particular one being that like that. It's about 50 feet wide in diameter with about 80-foot high ceilings. There's a staircase that spirals along the walls up to the second floor. In addition to the entryway that you just walked in, there's a wooden door to the, I'm gonna say north, west, to like the north, roughly, that appears to be hacked open. There's like a barbecued body of like an orc raid, and one of the orc raiders like about 20 feet in front of the door. Looked about he looked slow smoked, even though you know it didn't happen slowly. it looks like charred and nicely.
The orc butt will just come right off, peel right apart with a fork.
Pulled orc.
Yeah.
A pulled orc
prefer
sandwich.
my pulled orc wet.
After a few seconds, a second orc raider stumbles out of the room to the north, holding his bleeding face. After a quick gasp, he collapses to the ground, and you hear sounds of a scuffle continue on in the room. What do you guys want to do?
Did he collapse? Like, it looked like he got like shot with an arrow and collapsed, or
He just
he
looked
dead.
bloody, like he was like reacting to having something, and he just collapsed and he's dead. And he's just like he's been like hit. I would say make a whoever wants to, one person make a quick medicine check. Do an autopsy.
I could do that.
Okay,
I'm curious.
Please
Yes.
do, because I may not be much help with this.
I'm not familiar with orcs.
You're not quite sure how he died, but it looks, I don't know, it looks like magic stuff, maybe.
Okay.
Not, kind of. It's like it just like he got hit with magic stuff.
Assume
You're not familiar.
magic.
Yeah.
Magic stuff, everybody. Magic stuff.
Whatever it
it
is,
is,
those guys are dead. There's some dead bodies here that
Yeah.
were as hardy as we are, at least.
Yeah.
And they're instant dead.
Do we
Yeah,
see anything else moving in this main room?
No, but you hear commotion in that hall to the north in that room.
Okay, the one with the smashed door.
Yeah. And it looks like these were people that were like they were met with some defenses. Are you gonna approach the room?
Yeah, I'll sneak over there. I want to be sneaky
Okay.
about it.
Okay, so roll a stealth check. Nice. Are you gonna let Summer just scout on her own?
I don't want to. Well, I suppose I'll go sneaking as well. Let's
Yeah.
make this fun.
Yeah.
I will also come
Yeah.
along with her.
'Cause,
Can I like follow far enough behind that
you can
Like-
because it's not a huge room. You can be a little bit behind and not actually approach
Okay.
the door.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I want to be ready. Like I'm listening for signs of no goodness.
Yeah. So, I would say, do you want to do similarly, Toby, or do you want to do?
Yeah, I'll sneak right up.
You just sneak
Yeah,
right
let
up.
me
So
roll.
just give me a stealth check, and then Solero is gonna be doing.
Yeah, I rolled a 20.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, man, this is like your freak. Like, oh,
Don't underestimate my
suddenly,
sneakiness.
your odds, your one moment. Oh, you're extra sneaky. You kind of like tiptoe. Solero's gonna do similarly. With bow at the ready. Okay, just good enough. Okay. So
Do I
the
need to-
three.
Do I need to roll stealth as well? Okay.
Because you said you were staying a little bit back, but just ready.
Yeah.
So it's just them. But I will say,
Few.
based on your spacing, just the three of you that snuck up, you start to hear the voice of a human. And Lucius, you don't hear this, but you hear a human, slightly older human, yelling out. It's like just like yelling at something like, "You can't kill me. We had a deal. You and your men would attack the town and kill the oracles, and I would get the book for the Cerberus assembly." And you hear an orc's voice. The deal has changed. As big as a risk as you're taking, weak sack, I imagine that book is worth more than what you paid me. I'm thinking much more. You will the old man's like, you will face the wrath of the Cerberus assembly. And the orc says, then I will face the wrath of the Cerberus assembly. And you're looking in this room, and you can see that the orc is rearing back, about to strike down the human wizard. Do you do anything?
No,
No.
I'm just gonna watch.
Yeah.
This is not my battle
Yeah,
yet.
He strikes him down, and the human wizard dead. And he takes the book. They start to make now they grab a book of some sort that you're not sure, just some random book, and starts to make an exit, separate exit that they can tell leads up to above the lighthouse. Also, as soon as the guy dies. Slowly, as these things start playing out, as I slowly but surely, as I find the sound profile, the storm starts to wane, almost like instantly. Not completely, but it's like starts to. And of course you're indoors, so you don't really hear it, but you can tell from the outside that the rain is starting to let up. The clouds are starting to like automatically dissipate. It's almost like a spell was dispelled or stopped being active over town.
Well,
So you said we could see these guys.
Yeah, you can see. You can kind of
exit.
you kind of get a look into the three of you. Kind of could see. He's making I would say out of view. From you. You see in the room, it's like I would say you would look in, you see it's like a 30 foot by 30 foot library. There's like 3 bodies in the ground, all humans, all like with super like fancy like magic people clothes. They look dead. They look axed.
those are magic. Yes.
Yes.
So like these, we see them boogie and tail out of door with a book
Yeah, like
into like a non-stormy area.
But
we're
now
not close
the
enough.
outside is sort of. It's basically you can tell it's going up to the next floor of the lighthouse, presumably to like an area. What do you guys want to do?
Should we go back and take the stairs back here up, or follow them? I'm saying this quietly, in character.
I would imagine that getting them from behind on a stairway is probably not the worst situation, but I'll do either.
I think we can. So far, we've been able to. As far as I can tell, Solera was saying. As far as I can tell, they haven't noticed us. So, I it's funny. I do a terrible Drew. I gotta figure out what am I. Hey.
That was pretty good.
That was good.
Hey, they haven't been noticing us, so we can follow long and probably catch him by surprise. Try to figure out what the hell this stupid book is.
Do I hear any of that? Like
You hear what the three of them. You know.
Okay.
You don't know
Okay.
what happened in the room. You hear like, ah! You heard a dude die. They kind of.
Right.
But it was like you
Wilhelm
heard. I mean, you
scream.
heard yelling, but like you heard like yelling in the other room. They're the ones that could make out what was being said.
Gotcha.
Okay, so yeah, I think it's good. Let's follow them because we know we will catch up with them. We don't know where this other stairway goes. It's
Yeah.
a
Shall
gamble.
we?
I
shall
will.
we sneak?
I'll do a gesture at Lucius.
Yeah.
I
I can
come
hear, but-
hither. I go hither.
All right.
Yeah. All right.
All right, we're gonna keep being sneaky. Like, could we tell how many there were? Were we able to peek and
Yeah, I
make
would
them
say right now you only if I remember correctly, you can't tell how many there are right now. But let me see.
do I see any of them?
So I would say Lucius mentioned when you guys were on this plan, it's like Lucius mentioned there being Mega and a group of 4 orcs.
Mm.
So now there's, from the count of things, 2 orc. Plus.
2 orcs. Unless they broke off into something else, 2 orcs, yeah.
Okay.
So, in all likelihood, 2 plus.
I
2
I
plus
think we can
max.
handle this, fellas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you head up to
Alright,
you head up the stairway. Let me get another stealth check.
Okay. Ooh,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
22,
Ooh.
22,
22.
15, 11.
22. And
Come on, Solero, don't fall down the stairs.
That's right. I need to
no.
Oh,
Oh, god dang it, Solero.
clank, clank, clank.
You okay? So he's like, oh,
how am I gonna
crap.
demoralize
Oh.
my foes?
He's like, so he's walking by. He's doing his stealthy thing. His quiver kind of gets caught up on like the banister, and he kind of like stumbles like, ah, fuck. Oh shit, sorry. There's like, and he hears like, you hear an orc voice like, what was that? I don't know, boss. All right, and they're coming from, and you can see there's as you're up this going up the stairs. There's a room. You can hear them inside the room. What like at cursory glance looks like a bedroom. Like, all right, you two stay here. Keep it. See about dealing with whatever crap is going on. We'll go on ahead. Let's see. And then you hear like footsteps go off into, I guess, into presumably another set of stairs. And as you approach, presumably, are you gonna keep going forward?
Yes.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
guess so.
Yeah.
Is
So
what-
So you walk in. As you enter, there's this into the center floor. You enter a what is a like a bedroom for like with multiple beds. Like a dorm room. It's about 40 foot in diameter. That with another spiral staircase that leads to a door up there. The three okay, so so he heads off. You walk in, you see the multiple beds around the room. Bunch of decorations, but it's a comfortable place for mages. You see a lot of books. You see more like personal bookshelves. Not quite the same what you saw downstairs, but obviously downstairs was the common repository. But everybody has their like own personal set of bookshelves by their beds and things like that. And of course, in the center room is a pair of nasty-looking orcs, looking right at the door and watching you walk in. So let me do something like this. Let me clear.
I am shocked.
Shocked.
The little shocked Pikachu face. They're like, what?
Yeah.
Who are you?
All right, I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative. We're gonna do this theater of the mind style. So I don't really have.
All right. It'll be like playing second edition back in the day. Ooh. At least that's initiative.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna presume because I think we're all we're all within ranges, so we don't have to worry about just describe what you're doing and just like we'll say if you enter and exit melee range. We'll keep track of that, but that's about it. And positioning based on what you want to do tactically. Yeah, let me roll their initiatives. Okay. Yeah, so based on this initiative how
about Solera?
Oh yeah, let me.
Can't forget about old Solero. The meat
Not
in
to be
this adventure
confused.
sandwich.
Yeah.
Ooh,
good.
uncharacteristically low roll initiative roll. From the ranger. All right, so we start off with Toby. What do you do?
I grab my sling. I get to slinging,
Slanging.
and I'm
Just
I'm gonna sling it at
slanging.
I'm gonna slang this thing at the nearest orc.
I love simple melee weapons.
So if you want to
Well, this
target now, go open up the combat tracker, and
Combat
just
tracker. Got it.
which is a little sword, and then just control click the character that you want to on the list that you want to target.
I am targeting Orc 1.
Yeah, I would say there's two male orcs, one kind of more gray green, one more like a puke green,
Yeah.
and both with like very kind of amateurish looking mohawks, but with like a braid in the back, so it's like a mullet, a hawklet. Yeah, you sling one of your little rocks and you hit him upside the head to do your damage.
That would be 2 plus 2. That is 4. I can do that math even with my public school education. So I hit him with a bullet for 4 damage.
Nice, 4 damage. All right. Like, oh, he holds his head. It's like, oh, and then he runs right at you, almost unnaturally because he's got the aggressive trait. He gets right up in your face. It's like, tasty little one. You don't know what that means. Is he going to eat you? He's gonna leave you. But he's going to hit
Piece
you
of
with
candy.
his great axe.
Oh my
Or
lord.
he's going to attack
Is
you.
he?
with-
Oh my lord.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
is.
I forgot to have him target you, but he will target you with the damage.
I'm getting greatly axed.
Oh,
It was
dear.
nice knowing you guys.
Damn.
Good thing we have a
rolled
healer in the party.
12.
Oh, jeez.
Brett, what's your max
Well-
hit points?
I can't respond to you.
Okay.
I am
sorry.
unconscious.
Do you need to
Yes.
do like a system shock roll? Are you like insta dead?
No, he's unconscious.
okay.
He's
I am dying.
he's bleeding out. So
Oh
he's
my
gonna have
God.
to make death saves on his rolls. If he succeeds, he becomes stable, still unconscious, but he won't be bleeding out anymore. If he fails, then he's dead.
Question. Does Solero have healing word? Who else has healing word other than me?
I think. Well,
I
No,
do.
it would have been
Toby.
Toby.
Toby has
Okay.
healing word.
Well,
Yeah.
I knew
You
there was
cannot
a
healing
reason I
word.
was okay. I knew there was a reason I was hanging on to that other spell slot.
Yes. Yeah. This is a good time to do it. Luckily, that's his own. That's the only thing he could do.
So there's just like this squished, like halfling with like a great axe, like
Oh
getting
God,
unstuck from me.
Toby!
Your name is Toby. Summer.
How do I target a guy in the combat tracker?
Control
You
click.
just control click their listing in the combat tracker.
Okay. Does it show that I've targeted Orc 1?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it
Yes,
does.
it
Yeah.
does.
Okay.
It
There we
takes
go. That's weird. Like I don't know what I'm looking at. I can't really tell.
I can see it. So if you if you click on that target logo next to where your name and your hit points and your initiative, that whole road, it should bring it up, like under your box.
Oh. Okay. But I've targeted him, right?
Yes, you've targeted him.
Okay. So, I'm mad. I'm gonna run at this dude. I'm gonna like punch him, and then claw him.
You're gonna do the closest thing you can do as a non-barbarian to raging.
Yes. I'm mad.
So one of those is a bludgeoning weapon, and the other one is a
Get to actions. Alright, so target dude, and then I'm gonna use, I guess. There we go. Unarmed strike.
And I was trying to punch him across.
Ugh, that's terrible. Alright, do I get him on the backswing?
Backswing. Yes, you do. So,
Oh yeah.
you swing. He like leans back, leans away from you, kind of laughs at you. It's like, oh fuck you, and then you swing at with your backhand. And you do your damage.
Or
6 for 6 damage, and like you crack him on the jaw, and he's like, and like he's hurt, and like you can tell you've done some like significant damage to his cranial area, like and he's hurting pretty bad.
punching a man to death is a bad way to go.
That is it. Does your action and bonus action. And you're already within melee range, so you probably won't want to move. I presume.
probably not.
Oh wait, this has a thing for death saves too. Okay, cool. All right,
Awesome.
It is Solero's turn. Why did it skip Solero? Why did it go that?
I actually think that was me. That was weird.
Oh, okay, yes. No, you had given up your turn, and I didn't notice, and then I went next turn. All right. So, okay, so Solero kind of make the. He wants to attack Orc 1, but he realizes, okay, you've got Orc 1, and he kind of like fights through the need for like wanting to get back at him, and he targets Orc 2. Presumably. There you go. And he is going to. This is indoors, so he's gonna actually want to get in with his short sword, so he can do a couple of attacks. Because he has that thing where he where he can hit with the offhand. So he attacks with his short sword. And he rolls a natural 20.
Whoa.
Nice.
Yeah, alright. And then he's gonna roll damage.
Funnel that
2d6.
rage.
Yeah, he's like, Shah! He drives his sword into the other orc. Uh, he deals a hefty amount of damage. The orc is like, he pulls it out. The orc is like bleeding from a big gashing wound. He is just now looking rougher than the other guy, like just from that. All right, and then of course, Solero's gonna do his other attack, and he misses. He's like, "Oh, come back!" and he misses. It's like he reacts. The orcs like being so hurt, he reacts and kind of gets just out of the way from the attack, but he's looking mighty bad. Yeah. All right, but it is his turn. And he attacks. He is going to target the guy that is targeting him. A little bit of quid pro quo. Ipso facto. Orco bacco.
So little time, so much to know.
And he rolls a 2 and misses.
Nice.
He just doesn't
Solero
have the
just
strength.
He hits bad, and he tries to get a big swing at him, and Solero is just too deft. Like it's him like just kind of getting out of the way. So kind of like just too agile for him. And then yeah, that's it for his turn. Lucius, it is your turn.
All right.
You're-
So,
I would say both orcs. Obviously, your friend Toby is unconscious.
mhm.
He seems like a pressing need, but both orcs are looking really rough. So
Nice. Okay. Priority 1. I will cast Healing Word on Toby for 5 hit points.
okay.
And since that's a bonus action, I can also cast a cantrip. And are either of the orcs is one of the orcs or both within 10 feet of me?
Presumably, I mean, you can make it happen.
Yeah.
You can make it
Okay.
happen.
I'll
It's within.
I'll
It's a
target
small
orc
enough space.
1.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're within a small enough space that it's easy to just move within any range of either orc.
Wait.
Oh, sorry. He rolled
Dang
a
it.
16 plus 3.
Oh, your fart
Damn.
guess did not work.
Oh,
So this
well.
healing word puts me up to -1 hit point.
No, you're up to 5.
You're up to you're up to 5. Because once
I'm
you
up
go to
to 5.
0, you're
It
just a
doesn't-
0.
It doesn't work that way.
It
Okay.
only does
Yeah.
what it only
Yeah,
does
save.
is if it's double your hit points, then you're dead. Then you're just
Yeah.
dead. But no, once you go to 0, you're just a 0.
I figured I'd have a little bit more time to brush up on the what happens if I die part.
Right.
Luckily you do, because you're not gonna. You ain't dead yet, motherfucker. Presumably, you say
Deal.
I ain't dead yet, motherfucker. At these orcs, it's like, but you kind of like feel this. You kind of come from a void, and you feel like this warmth and this sudden awakening, and you kind of like cough, and you kind of open your eyes, and you're on the ground of this like bedroom, like looking up at this orc. He was looking a little bit worse for wear than you last saw him, but when he was driving an axe into your
Hey,
body.
I'm gonna assume that I slinged a bullet at him so hard. Like, look what I did to that guy.
As far as you can tell, yeah. As far as you can tell, he was suffering the delayed reaction to your masterful slinging.
That's right.
And then presumably, okay, that's it for Lucius, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
And then, luckily enough, well, let me delete the unconscious effect from you. Toby.
Yeah. I can't
Or you
do
do
that.
have healing word as a bonus action if you want to just kind of like tell yourself something nice and
Tell yourself something nice.
you want
Um,
to
Save it.
Yeah, because if you play it true to character, what do you think Toby would do as soon as
Yeah.
he wakes up after?
I mean, there are two
like-
extremely wounded orcs that.
need slanging.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna slang at them.
Yeah.
Just a slanger.
Orc 1, I am slanging, and I slung,
Yes. Do your damage. Do your damage.
and I will put my modifier on this ahead of time. 3.
Nice. He is.
I slung him for 3.
For some reason, it's not attributing your. Oh, because for some reason. Oh yeah. If you can, when you do your attack, your damage, do it from the actions thing.
From
your
this.
the 1d4 plus 2 thing.
Okay.
I try
Here,
it. I'll
let
let
me
you do it
just-
now.
Same.
Same, but now it just
Same
now it
level,
automatically.
so yeah, it works. But yeah.
So that way it helps keep track. I can always do it. I can always input it manually. It just like this like makes it all just like go quicker. Now you do have healing word is a bonus action, but obviously you could
Yes,
save
I
it.
will. I will heal my word.
Okay, so target yourself.
There.
And then I think,
And-
or I don't know if you can.
I don't know if I can actually.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah, you just do the.
No, you're targeting yourself. You just need to untarget the orc as well.
Yeah. But there's no automatic roll, so I would say just tick your spell slot. So just to keep track of it.
There. Did it.
And
1d4. You just roll a d. Wait, what can you adjust that?
Yeah, I can
I'll
do
roll
manual. Yeah. Plus your spellcasting ability modifier, which is that's your charisma. Right?
Plus 2. So,
it's
yeah.
So it's 3 plus 2, which is 5. So that means you heal up all the way to 9.
Yeah.
all right.
What was your healing word, Toby? What'd you say to yourself?
That's that was a secret to me.
Oh, okay.
I whispered it to myself.
Okay.
It was James Brown saying, "Get on up."
It says
No, it was the noise that comes right after he says "get on up," but done in a whisper. But
no, it's
you
going
whisper.
Panama Red.
Yes,
Red.
exactly. Those are healing words.
All right, to orc number 1. It's like he's questioning life a little bit. But it's like, I thought I killed you, little one.
Now he's gonna kill me again.
I love the thought of a southern accent orc.
I thought I
Yeah, he
killed
hit.
you.
Was that Mr. Haney?
8 hit points.
Awesome.
Oh my
It's just
gosh.
like,
He
Stay.
backed down to.
Oh, jeez.
I'm in a way.
this is why
my
Toby likes to stay
gosh.
back.
Kidding.
I mean-
all right.
I'm generally hard to hit, but
Yeah.
All right.
You're usually like kind of be able to like hop around a little bit because you're tiny, but like
So I'm assuming I just saw other people pummeling this orc and like it's just not dying. So I'm like, all right, this is I got to put the killing blow to this thing.
yeah.
So same thing.
the
I'm-
coup de grace.
I'm
Coup
gonna
de
I'm
Gracie.
gonna just whip out the claws.
Nice, you hit. You slash at him,
All right, I'll slash at this dude's
and yeah,
this guy's face.
you didn't even really have to roll because he was basically had like 2 hit points left.
Nice.
So how do you want to do this?
What fleshy bits do I see that are available for
You have
clawing?
his throat, his like he doesn't have very nice armor. He's just like kind of like just like this very like his like what you would imagine a kind of like countryside living orc dude wearing as armor, like makeshift, with like this cosplay pirate like tattered costume on top of it. He doesn't get a hat. He doesn't have a hat, but it's like this shirt, but doesn't quite fit. You see some like tears. He got a pretty big shirt, but it doesn't fit him. It's just like this like we're pirates. We're totally pirates. Totally. We're totally real pirates.
We're pirates.
I'm just gonna go for the jugular.
Like,
That's yeah.
and you guys see Summer kind of like break out her claws, and just like slash at and like rip out the jugular of this orc. It's like he just collapses.
Suck it.
And he gets there. And yeah, and that's your one attack, and with your movement you can do your second bonus action attack.
Oh my.
So I think that was your only attack so far, right?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, so you can target, you can go over.
It's not letting me target him.
The orc too?
Oh wait,
Yeah, you're
never mind.
targeting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
you
there
did
we go. I don't know what I'm looking at. Gee,
Yeah.
confused myself.
Well, I
All
sure
right.
don't.
Oh.
Oh,
Miss. You kind of like go over there, you like go out, claw at it, and kind of miss. It's like
he saw that one coming.
yeah. It's like you see him like whoa, and then he's like, oh. He comes. You see him come out. He's like and they kind of like he had an extra like scared fight or flight reaction, and you unfortunately he was able to dodge.
She's so fast.
But he's hurting. Like he was able to even with how hurt he is. All right, Solero. His turn. He's gonna do the same thing. He's gonna get with them short swords. Longer than a dagger, shorter than a long sword, a short sword. He hits.
Mm.
And then I don't have to roll. It's like with I don't have to roll, but I'm gonna do it just for the hell of it because with even just the modifier, he killed him. So he just like drives it like underneath and like kind of arcs upward in the rib cage and just kind of like and it's just like some of the orc's innards kind of like flop out a little, and it's just like viscera and like blood. It just like collapses. And
Ouch.
It's like all right, and then
Nice.
just he still has his movement. He's like, all right, let's see what this mega. Let's see if we can catch up to this mega. So he makes his way up the stairs.
Solara does.
Yes, Alara.
Okay.
Do you guys follow suit?
We don't
I would-
have any healing potions, do we?
No.
Okay. Just checking. No reason.
I would say probably Toby hangs back a little bit. I would
Yeah.
assume you just kind of keep
Toby,
Toby behind you.
You stay in the back and insult them.
Yeah. We'll be back.
Before everybody takes off and we go up, like, I'll wait. Let's get going.
Okay. All right.
Lantern room. Okay.
I will follow Solero.
So as you go up to the next room, you head up and you get into what was the lantern room. It's still like basically just a lantern room, except for like maybe a couple of like discarded books, as this is probably a place where they went up as like a quiet reading area. but it's about like 5 foot wide catwalk surrounds the lantern. Obviously it's daytime. You see clearly it's not on. But this area, you see the one of the windows has been like smashed into, and then as you walk up, the moment you hear off in the direction of the window, you hear like a big horn, like, and you go off to you look off, and it's Mega on Cheeko riding off towards the ships, riding off, presumably with the book, that whatever that book is in hand.
Is he close enough that Solero could shoot him?
He left. It was 60 feet. He's like I would say he's at 100 feet. Let me see. Let me look at.
Well, at that point, I'm gonna shoot him too.
He's like I would say he's at 120 feet away. Like he flew off and dashed.
Okay.
Let me pull up the I can get you try to get a couple of pot shots at him. I just have to remember. And then I just have to apply the proper demos. Okay. I have to find that chat log again. Or no, let me see. I'm looking. I can just go up in the chat. What the hell am I doing? To Cheeko. Okay. 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 So vulture 7 plus 6 is 13. Correctly. That's heavy damage. Okay, so yeah. That means he has 13 damage, which should have been. Okay. So I'm gonna say he's 120 feet. Solero pulls out his bow to take a pot shot at him.
Can I do something beforehand?
You may. I would say you have in that like motion. What would you like to do?
Everybody is inspired.
Yeah.
Or yeah, one person.
The Solero is inspired.
Yes.
That sounds
That
good
creature.
to me.
Other than me is going to be inspired.
And I want to tell Solero he's out of my range, but shoot Cheeko. Shoot him down.
Okay. Let me look at Solero's range.
Because 120 feet is in my range.
Yeah, it's
Slinging
both
in the
of your
butt.
ranges.
Isn't it it's like 120 or 150 for a longbow?
It's 150. He has, and that's his regular range.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be a straight attack. But this is out. Oh no, it's clear skies. And the other thing you notice, you finally get an eye. You kind of was able to see out the smaller windows in the lighthouse, but as you see these big windows out the lighthouse, you can see it's basically just kind of overcast. It's like there was a hurricane force like storm going overhead, and with like far distance, it's suddenly over. It's just completely overcast. It's like, and it's clearing up. So the conditions, the weather. I was gonna say, oh, the weather abandoned, but then I remembered that this cleared up.
I
So
need to roll the inspiration die, or does Solero roll?
Solero does.
Solero
Okay.
rolls. Let me see. I think it just definitely hits. I forgot to to target, but yeah, this definitely hits for Solero.
We get so excited and we keep forgetting to target.
Yeah. But that's fine. We can just compare to AC. That's not the important. This is 15. So he doesn't really need. I forget, what does inspiration help with?
It would be an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Okay.
You can add it if
you
if
can
you
hold
want
on
it,
to
but
it.
yeah.
Yeah. So he's still inspired, but he doesn't need the inspiration right now.
For like 10 minutes,
Yeah.
which is like an hour and a half D&D time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He's able to do a little bit of damage. I thought I targeted. Solero. So he did 5 damage. So, you see that he's wavering a little bit. And I'm gonna say these are your surprise attacks. They didn't figure that somebody would be able to like take pot shots at him. So this is a surprise round of anything.
Yeah.
Of anything. So Toby, go ahead and do your attack.
Let me control click. There we go.
Vulture. Yeah. Yeah.
Sling a sling sling.
Oh my god.
You barely hit.
No.
All right, and right for the butt.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Your sling. Oh, it's a. Okay, so presume. Okay, so that's your long range. With your long range, you have to roll with disadvantage.
Oh no.
So roll another one. And hopefully, hope it is higher of a roll than than what you got. Okay, it's higher. Okay, good.
Yes.
Okay, good. So your low roll was a 10, which again just barely hit. So you like
deadly bullet.
You sling that like it's not a little like thing. It's a sizable rock, like a stone, presumably, and you're able to kind of like sling it right into like a gaping wound from that were left from some of the battle. You hit something.
It is a lead bullet.
Yeah,
yes.
lead bullet. It was sling it right into a gaping wound. You hit something bad, and it's just the final blow that it needed. He's still like far off into the ocean, so you said, and he lists to the side, falls out into the ocean, and you see Cheeko and Mega kind of like crash into the ground below. And then as you watch, not the ground below, out into the ocean. They weren't too high, so I'm not gonna worry about what the hell the damage was. But as
surface tension at that height,
there's probably a table for.
Hang on, let me consult
Wolfram
Alpha.
There's a table. But he kind of falls out high out there, and one of the boats kind of like goes over to him, and he gets on one of the boats from one of the raiding parties, and they kind of boat out far out of your reach at this point, and head back to their ships, and you can see their longboats have already started making their way out onto the ocean. Let's see. Yeah, he's off. You've killed Cheeko, but unfortunately, they presumably him and his crew are still ready to head out to their hideout. But you're able to at the very least, things have. You can tell, you can see, and as you observe, you notice that all of the longships have gone. Most of the orcs, save for the ones you guys killed. And you can assume that somebody was killed along the way by guards locally. Like quite a few of them. So their numbers are lesser by like I would say a couple dozen. if you were to
Hey,
count.
Lucius. Hey, Lucius. I got something to tell you. Before things go too much, I want to let everybody in the party know what we heard.
Yeah, you guys tell Lucius about what you heard.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Like, so guys, by the way.
So while you were back there, and this guy was getting murdered, seems that there was a book that these folks were after. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I'm hurt still. Ouch.
We need to get you back to town.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I am in town, but
yeah.
let's look for what I want to poke around.
So you poke around. What you notice, you go out, and you probably, because of the hubbub, you didn't notice it earlier. But when you go back down to the bedroom, you see 4 people that were kind of like emerging from under beds. A couple of them from under the bigger of the beds, presumably Namad's or whoever the dude that was dead, his bed is, emerge. It's like, it was one of the like kind of the let me see, let me try to find this guy's description. Okay.
We're like Mega the Splash.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, write a song about it.
Yeah, that's pencil that one in.
Yes. There's a couple of humans and a couple of gnomes. One of the gnomes is a little bit like older, kind of with darker hair, but like middle aged for a gnome. You don't whatever that is age range, but it's just visibly middle aged, which obviously could be a couple hundred years. Was kind of like emerges from underneath, and as have the monsters left yet? Have those heathens left yet?
They're gone.
Oh God. This all is just so absurd and such a travesty and such a big. I still don't understand how this all tied together, and this sudden storm, and it all started when we. I mean, what did you see? Did you get a chance to find out what they were after?
They mentioned a book.
Book. Who did?
Special book.
Who did they talk to? And then, I mean, where did this happen?
There was a mage downstairs.
Was that a human?
They battled it out. Yeah, he was a human. They took the book from him, and as soon as they killed him, the hurricane stopped, and the weather was nice again.
Rude.
They were in cahoots. Something about not holding up their end of the bargain.
Cahoot. Ouch, by the way.
The book.
Yeah.
I mean, Rodolph Namad. And he kind of gives you a quick description of like the guy's face, and you verify who it was that you saw get killed and who's downstairs dead. He's like, that's Rodolph. It's Rodolph Namad. He's one of the mages he's one of the mages that came in from the Cerberus Assembly to assist us with our studies here. I mean, he was offering some book. I mean, could it have been Prime? I mean, may have been. Could it have been Prime?
I don't know, but Mega, I'm pretty sure he took it, and he fled. We weren't able to bring him down.
That's not good. I mean, I don't know how powerful that book is, but it seemed very powerful, and I can only tell that it probably explains why Namod was so obsessed with the book when I discovered it. When I found it in my when I came across it, when I acquired it, we were bringing it into study the language. It was kind of this book in a language that none of us could really understand. It seemed ancient, the language, but we were trying to kind of get into at least try to understand the language structure, the nature of the book. But it's a book that hasn't read. Only thing we could tell is that whatever language is a long dead language, but that has been spoken since before the calamity, like even. Let me thank you so much for what you were able to do and for saving us from helping deal with those two.
Yeah, sorry for the mess in your bedroom.
It's fine. I mean, I'd rather it's better their blood than mine, I would say.
Speaking of blood, are any of you able to heal my friend here?
Let me see. Let me see. Let me see what NPC categories these guys are. I mean, I don't think we're more scholars than we are really healers or magic users. But I mean, if from what I could tell, if the danger has passed, you could probably get back to Berlin, Stormbearer. I mean, I imagine everybody's back at the in town or at the respite. So Berlin should be able to take care of your healing. He's usually the one we turn to, especially those that follow Pelor. So you should, once you head back, you should be able to mend your wounds.
Sweet.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and as you kind of like help start the you don't help clean up, and you try to help out a little bit with the cleanup. Maybe at least take the couple orc bodies with between like a couple of you, take them out. They get kind of properly interred, or properly dealt with. They luckily there's somebody that knows enough people that were able to at least identify a couple of them and inter them with names and everything, because they were criminals, but they weren't they weren't monsters. As much as they were criminals and they were murderers, but they were people as well. So and their funeral rites are preserved as well. And they were interring the bodies and dealing with that. And you head back to the Merchant Respite. And yeah, Berlin Stormbearer. I would say Berlin Stormbearer, he heals you up with a quick, because you have very few hit points, so it's not bad The healing you
He's
up
like,
is
oh
nothing.
yeah, this is no problem.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. That kind of mends you, and you head back to the respite. But everyone's kind of like, kind of wandering around, kind of a little confused, because they were probably gonna waiting to hole up for the night, like how you would do for a storm, or at least till the morning. But everybody's kind of walking around, like looking at the sky, because at the fact that the storm has passed. And I would say, who wants to do a quick Arcana? One person give me an Arcana check.
I'm not good with that kind of stuff.
I'm not either. Who's the most?
Sure, I'll do one.
Okay.
You're the most curious at least of figuring out what's going on and things.
I rolled a
There you go.
19 plus 2.
Yeah,
21.
so yeah, you did an excellent check. Yeah, it's like, I mean, you hang around with enough like magic users, especially with people that need to like deal with like weather stuff, that you know that that the only thing that makes sense is that somebody, presumably the one that whose death signaled its end, some way to cast control weather, and summon the hurricane. And then obviously from when they died, they stopped.
I'll remember that. Toby will remember that.
Yes.
And maybe say it verbatim to somebody who comes by.
Yeah.
But
yeah. And then you guys
Lucius will remember that.
Yeah. And you run into Darren and Malik and the team. They're outside the respite. It's like, I see that you lot are well. I mean, say for Tony, say for Tony, it's Toby.
That's right.
It's Tony.
Tony.
I was
and
just
Rufus.
playing some softball out with my buddies.
Antonio.
Toby, you look a little bit hurt, and then he summons Berlin to come over and he like does cure wounds and heals you up. And seems that everyone has left, but were you able to find anything out about why the orcs were attacking?
They seem to be a fan of a certain type of literature. There was a book heist that we walked in on the end of.
Yeah. Okay. Were you able to find anything from the mages up there? Are any of them, are they all dead, or was anybody
No,
survive?
they aren't all dead. They are one dead. And he was up to
3 dead.
no good. Oh, there's 3 dead. Yeah. But there was some no good being up to over there. There's yes.
Yeah.
Anybody else care to take over?
What is it safe to say there was a traitor in the midst?
There was somebody doing some nefarious tasks. You could tell, like, you would assume, I mean, that somebody was trying to get something back to, and he mentioned something about the service assembly.
Some local treason.
Yeah.
And controlling the weather, we think.
Yeah.
Oh, control weather. Yeah, I mean that lines up with the sudden storm. Like, we don't usually get a hurricane this without at least a little bit more forbearance.
Well, whatever the book is, it took a big old splash in the water.
I mean, we'll
Yeah.
have to see.
So I'm assuming that it is from where it came from, and the fact that it cost the lives of several orcs to try and get it, and one very large bird. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
Um,
I was
but,
yeah. I mean, if it sounds like it's from the Mages Guild and it's something of magical nature,
I would have to assume safely that magic is afoot.
Yeah, it's probably safe from having to deal with water damage. If it's something like that, it's worth this much, and it's magical in nature. At least from what I've seen. But I'm no mage. I'm just a marquise, and I'm just a marquise from a port town. So yeah, I'm just guessing here. Well, I'm glad you all are safe, and yeah, let's. I mean, we're kind of writing off this whole day as just kind of like a recovery day. So let's head on inside and just have a drink. Why don't we?
That sounds good to me, man.
Yeah.
I would like a bath first.
Yes.
I would like a whatever kind of bath is considered a
Ugh.
long bath.
You'll have a long rest later this night when you sleep. I will say there's a couple of things that you can like a couple of like interactions. Let's say okay, so as you're kind of like sitting around, conversing, kind of de-stressing a little bit, Berlin kind of approaches summer, and says, "Oh, my child, I see that you are a little bit more, as many of us do, are kind of followers of Pelor, and as ourselves in the town, like many people, common people are. I see that you're a little bit more trained with him as your guide. Is that true? You seem like you have some monastic training."
I do, indeed. I spent several years at a monastery
Oh,
of Pelor.
yeah. Do you, around which way was that monastery? I know a few myself.
North west of here.
Yeah. um.
A ways.
Yeah. Northwest. Oh, yeah. Up past the mountains, like the wooden area out there. These. I think I know the place. Don't know the name off the top of my head, but I remember the place. I've been there a couple of times. Good people. Good people. They make good tea up there too. Yeah. But
That
yeah.
they do, indeed.
How I see that you seem to be growing in your skills. Have you I presume in the future you're gonna I can only assume you're going to specialize in some kind of tradition. Have you thought about what your tradition is going to be, or obviously you don't have to commit to anything now. This is just a conversation casually because that's level 3 stuff. Just to kind of like, I don't want to like you feel like you're being locked down to anything. This is just you're having conversation about your hopes and stuff like that.
Sure. Yeah, I've been giving it some thought, but I'm just not set on a certain path yet. I'm still just, I don't know. The wind carries me, and I just kind of go with the flow and see where it takes me, and sometimes my goals change week to week.
Yes, I see. Yeah, you travel with a troop of wandering merrymen.
I am not a merry man. Sorry.
But
Quiet, Tony.
They seem good. Do they treat you well? Yeah.
They do. They're a good group.
I'm glad.
We're a bunch of misfit weirdos that all get along really well. We look out for one another.
That makes me think of my youth. I'm so happy for you. If you don't mind, I would love to join you in a little prayer, hopefully to have Pelor guide you as you find your way. Will you join me in a small prayer to Pelor?
Well, of course.
Yeah, and then you guys just quietly just kind of have like a football players pregame like kneel, just prayer time. As you kind of like by the fire, calmly have your own prayer time. So, Toby, you kind of like have like been recovering from the day, kind of thinking about like, and you just kind of like what you usually do after a big event is you like play around and twiddle with your lute and just like channel your thoughts, I presume, into your lute. And you've kind of so there's a song you've been thinking on, a song that was like sort of like a calming ballad. That might you've been thinking about that might be something that you don't know why, but it's something that you've been wanting to write that could help with like resting and healing.
Yes, the Ballad of Megan the Splash.
Yes. Because now that we're getting into our level 2 stuff, you have your Song of Rest for being level 2.
Yeah, guys, I give you extra comfort.
Yeah. How as you kind of and as you've been playing around, you kind of like you suddenly after all this, it's starting to click in, and you figure out your song. What does it sound like? What is it like as you play it?
I don't know how to describe it. I did not know that I was going to have to like have a story behind my Song of Rest.
Yeah, I mean, you can just come up with something like whatever what feels like.
It is a violin tune, but played on the lute.
Yeah,
because it's what I've got.
Yeah.
It goes ooh ah ah ah.
Yes, it's. I am so down with. I say down with the sick.
Up with the health and down with the sickness.
Yeah, up with hope, down with dope.
And as you are, and then as you're sitting around it, he's like fiddling, and he's just and he plays through this like ballad that kind of like hums and plays on the lute, and everyone kind of around feels this like healing energy, this like odd like
you don't have to wear that dress tonight.
You get the Song of Rest, and of course now whenever you during a short rest, you or any friendly creatures can hear your performance, regain hit points at the end of the short rest by spending 1 or more hit dice. Each of those creatures regains an extra 1d6 hit points. So like during a short rest, you could do like your hit dice to retain hit points. You gain an extra 1d6 hit points. And then this is going to increase obviously as you go up in levels. So this is this is dope. So, and of course now you're also a jack of all trades.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That's going to be exciting because now you can whatever it is, you can add your basically half proficient in everything, at least including
initiative.
Yes.
Oh,
you can have it should once we actually and you guys can we'll figure out hit points and rolling hit points in a moment, but we'll do it in D&D Beyond actually even I think, or rolling hit for hit points. But you're going to be able to add half your proficiency rounded down to any ability checks. So right now it is anything that you want to roll, you add 1 to it'll do it for you in D&D Beyond presumably. But you'll add 1 on top of what the ability is, no matter what it is. And then what else? And it also, and that's it. Yeah. That obviously this doesn't include that. This is whatever doesn't already include your proficiency bonus. So this is fun stuff.
You don't have to sell your body to the night. Yeah.
Yes. All right. So you guys kind of have your merry night of kind of like resting, and you also plan for going forward, helping a little bit with repairs around town, presumably. Um, and then that night, as you kind of head back to the long term stay that you've been staying at in town,
The extended stay.
yeah, extended tavern,
Cheapskates.
or your
Yourself
apartment,
for the
whatever you
whole
want to call
freaking time. Yeah.
It's just like a nice little apartment that you guys have in town.
Yeah, it's got a nice,
Nice
nice 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath.
pair of like smaller apartments, so you have like just to kind of split up beds and stuff like that.
A little kitchenette,
Yeah,
That's right, a view of the bay.
each with your own chamber pots.
Fancy.
I'll take the big one.
So as you guys rest for the night, we're gonna go into. Do we want to do secret? Yeah, let's not do it. We don't have to go into the secret room, but because I trust you guys not to mitigate this. Lucius, as you fall asleep, you as you kind of like go into slumber, you in your dream, you find yourself in kind of like a field, same field that you remember from before your previous dream, that field where it's familiar but you've never been there. Like it feels comfortable yet strange, almost fey-like a little bit. Yeah, and then you feel that same presence of the wild mother as you kind of like she washes over your body and over your back, kind of like guiding your presence, kind of like to comfort you. And she kind of like compels you forward, but with an odd request, and you find yourself thinking about your natural form and the nature of your like presence and your nature of your like your currently human form and the potential of what you can become. And then you find yourself feeling like you want to be a little bit more wild, like you want to take on another form. Think of an animal with a challenge rate of 1/4 or lower that does not have a flying or a swimming speed. I don't know if you've thought about one.
Shoot.
Just name one off the top of your head.
I'll go
Dolphin.
with wolf because I know that's
A wolf. Yeah, that works for you.
Say a
you find
dolphin.
Yeah.
That has a swimming speed.
Hey, it's just
It can't be a swimming
hippopotamus.
speed just yet. But I think a hippopotamus actually has a swimming speed as well. But I had to look it up.
better.
Yeah, you find yourself, your form kind of like, feel the fur, and you feel that the form kind of transform you. You extend out your paws, and you kind of like get on all fours. You start like running forward into the field, running like just at a beastly speed, and you find yourself compelled to stop and give a good, fun howl at the moon. And then as you look around, you look at the field around you. You take what is now again your human form. Kind of how dreams are. You're human again. You didn't notice the transformation back. You just are.
It just makes sense.
Yeah, you were always human. You just were channeling something earlier. You find yourself like at something of an emotional crossroads. You look, the land below you compels you to join it. There's animals that go on besides, and you're compelled to kind of want to guide them. Maybe there's a feeling of like beckoning from the moon, like if it wants you to reach out towards it. And even further, there's a back from one. Well, both you can see the big moon, and you can actually very clearly in ways that usually you don't always in day to day. You can see in very very obvious profile. You can see both moons of Exandria. And then they are calling to you. The stars call to you. There's wildfire off in the distance that seems a little out of control and calls to you. But there's also the one that seems strongest, that you feel a little bit more connected. There's a odd pathway, like because what's always been there, even though it wasn't there earlier, was a wooden, like a wall of wooded area, all like surrounded you, even behind you, where if you didn't go through woods, but there's suddenly woods behind you, like there always was, and there's a clearing, almost like an otherworldly clearing, something that where you see like fey creatures and the energy from the Feywild calling towards you. And that seems the most strongest, because that's what you already told me.
Yeah.
So do you walk towards the clearing?
I do walk towards the clearing.
Yeah, you walk towards like that clearing and into the wooded area, and you're walking among what you know in your heart are the woods of the Feywild. With a dark sky above you, but that you can see above the canopy, and then you see two odd-shaped figures on the ground in front of you. They seem to be hurt. They seem to be hurting. They need your energy, and you can feel the wild mother compel you to help heal them. You feel like you feel a summer breeze like wash over you, but almost like compelling you to kind of like assist.
I do so. I heal them.
Yeah, with your balm of the summer court. You feel the spell that you had heard about, because obviously we're talking about your whenever you chooses their druidic circles, you've been around other druids, and you've seen some more that had more training and more, the ones that you haven't quarreled with, the ones that you've worked with. You've seen the spell before, and you know it's the balm of the summer court, and you're able to kind of like pool some fey energy into the creatures in front of you. It'll have a role in real life, but in Dream World, it just kind of works. It's a role it's not to work or not work, but how much you give them, it works. And like these shapeless figures, you kind of like approach them and you heal them both. You pump in their energy, and they roll over. And what you see are the bloody faces of Toby and Solero looking at you. Solero's like, "Why did you let us die?" And Toby's like, "Why did you let us die?" And then you wake up.
You slash at Darth Vader's head, and it rolls out, and through the helmet comes, it's your face. That's your head.
I didn't let them die. I just let them pass out. It's very different. I promise.
Hey, your heart. And
That's
your
what my heart
subconscious is
tells
telling
me.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
The heart. What tells what the heart tells? Yeah. So you have which is really cool because this is a. I think this is a circle that was play tested. It's definitely one of the like, or was this from Xanathar's? Yeah.
This is Xanathar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's
so I
dope.
certainly hope it was play tested.
Yeah, it was definitely like and there's a couple from the Unearthed Arcana that I would have also been like down with, but yeah, this one's dope because this is gonna be your healing option because the bottom of the Summer Court, you have a pool of Fey energy. It's basically like the druidic version of Paladin's Lay on Hands.
Mm-hmm.
Tiger Balm.
Yes. So you have it's a number of d6s equal to your druid level, so it's 2 now. So you're able to expend 2d6. And so as this is a bonus action, you can at a creature you can see within 120 feet, which is actually really nice. It's like instead of like lay on hands, you have to get on people, but this you could just like. Whoosh. So you can roll those d6s. You can roll any number actually. You can roll 1 or 2, and or more and you get up levels, and that target regains that number of hit points. And they also regain a temporary hit point per dice spent.
Oh yeah.
So if you roll, you do 2d6 into like Toby, you'll roll the 2d6 and whatever number gets that, he gets that healed. And then he also gets 2 temporary hit points on top of that. So that's dope.
Yeah.
And of course you also got your wild shape.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the druid's about. Getting into the animalistic nature of shit. So yeah, you can do any beast that is up to character challenge rating 1/4 that does not have a flying or swimming speed. So it can't fly or swim, like no fish or so you can do like wolves. You can do there's a bunch of them. They're all in the monster manual, but
I could be a giant wolf spider, which is terrifying to me personally.
Yes.
Hey, that'd be.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's your morning. And that's I think with you picking your druidic circle, we'll have to ask Drew what fighting style he'll pick for Solero. But presumably it's just him like figuring out some things in his training. Yeah, we are now officially all level 2.
Yeah. As I wake up, I kind of glance at the Allure route that I was using last night. Like, shake my head.
Yeah. Like, oh, it's differently.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna like do some housekeeping with level 2 stuff after this, but yeah, that's it for another fantastic journey, another fantastic little adventure. We weren't able to catch Mega the Brash, but we got some more information. We unfortunately Drew couldn't make it. There was life stuff and whatever, but he'll be back next week.
He's on assignment.
Yeah, he's on assignment. But we have the late great Harold Reed to represent him.
Covering the base.
Such a great picture.
It's an amazing picture. I remember I saw the album cover. I was like, is this true?
We should convince him to make this costume for Halloween.
Yeah.
He might have it in his closet. He was in a ska band.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I told him to change his profile pic to that everywhere. I don't know if he did or not.
Yeah. I don't know. It would be amazing. We could all cosplay our like most ridiculous like costumes of bands that we've either, like somebody can be I could be Dale McBride.
I need to have a very poorly measured inseam on a kimono so I can be the back cover of 2112.
Yes. God knows what David would dress as.
I can't do Grateful Dead because that would be a cop out because I would just dress as I always do.
Like the t-shirt. But
Unless I want to go Bobby, in which case Bob Weir, in which case I would wear a purple tank top and like way short shorts.
Yes, that would be amazing.
Like you can see the pocket hanging out below short shorts.
Yeah, well, we know the answer. Who wears short shorts?
Ooh, not me.
Bob Weir wears short shorts.
All right, so yeah. As we go off to do some quick stuff, you all can join us next week for some more Dungeons and Dragons here on Rebelli TV on Twitch, or hopefully at some point I'll get around to putting everything in podcast and YouTube form. I've kind of been busy with other stuff, but I'll get to it. I will do that. So keep an eye on that for that. So subscribe to Rebelli TV on YouTube. Follow Rebelli TV on Twitch. Hit us up there. Join us for the live streams in the chat for this on Tuesdays, Record Breakers on Wednesdays, Space Trucking on Thursdays with me, Brett, and Daisy, as we do some Astroneer.
Honk honk.
We're gonna do some unlocking of some teleportation. This hopefully this upcoming Thursday,
and probably some dying.
Yes, definitely some dying. that I can guarantee.
Some weird glitches.
Yes.
Oh no.
It's great.
Yeah. So look forward to that. Follow the things. Subscribe where you can. Like, share, give us reviews, feedback. Until next time. Hasta los huevos.
I killed a bird and I liked it.
Toodaloo.
Mega the Splash. Sorry, the Ballad of Mega the Splash.
Yeah.
Yes. Please write that.
God